Hello, welcome to our Day 2 recap of the lodging conference here in Phoenix. It's been another busy day with lots of stuff going on, lots of breakout sessions going on today, a lot of interesting topics. One of the sessions I sat in on today was talking about U.S. investment in Cuba. Now, I'm sure everyone's aware of the recent developments with the softening relationship between the U.S. government and the Cuban government, and everyone's wondering when can American companies, particularly for us, when can American hotel companies start making moves in Cuba. Now, we already know that they've had talks. The officials from the hotel companies have gone down, met with some Cuban officials, but everyone's wondering, when are people going to start breaking down, ground? When are they going to start making deals? And it's going to take quite some time because the embargo is not lifted yet. There are a lot of hypotheses as far as when it's actually going to happen, and the number I was hearing today is maybe 3 to 5 years, because there's still quite a bit of work to do in terms of figuring out infrastructure, roads, water pipes, things like that, as well as figuring out labor issues as far as working with the state employment agency and figuring out hiring, promotions, and discharges of employees when necessary. So there's a lot of potential there, but there's a lot of stuff they still have to work out first. Stephanie, what did you have going on today?
Still a lot of moving parts. It's interesting you brought up Cuba, Brian. People have been talking about international development and also, of course, what's going on here at home domestically. One of the questions that I asked everybody that I talked to today was, what are you doing to prepare for the next downturn? Not to rain on the parade of the great times the industry is having, but we still have to look ahead to the future. And it's really split a couple different ways. You know, operators are taking the opportunity now to really look at some of the hard and fixed costs associated with running their hotels, things like insurance and energy management. And then owners, on the other hand, are really looking hard at the assets that they're buying and considering buying, whether it's something that they'll want to turn around before the next downturn or something that they're prepared to hang on to for, say, the next 8 to 10 years. So there are a lot of considerations going into activity moving forward, both on the investment and the management side. Jeff, what were your takeaways for the day?
Well, it's interesting, you know, the whole concept of activity in different markets, and it really seems that there's a movement to move away from top 25 markets as targets for acquisitions to those secondary and tertiary markets, particularly 26 through 50, but even beyond that. You know, in a lot of ways, the REITs have come in, they've raised bids for those top 25 markets, particularly the top 7. So they've kind of almost bid themselves up to the point of pricing beyond being able to afford it. So a lot of companies are looking toward those secondary and tertiary markets to find those value-oriented deals that they'll be able to add value to the hotel and then flip it for the next side. So it's been an interesting thought process for those companies to go through to figure out exactly what markets they're looking for. So again, a busy day here, lots of stuff going on. We're happy you could tune in. I'm Jeff Higley with Stephanie Ricca, Brian Roten. Thank you for checking out Hotel News Now, and make sure you continue to watch it for all of the articles coming out of this conference. Thanks.